In this lesson, we are going to learn 4 new text functions in DAX: the LEN function, the RIGHT function, the left function, and the mid function. We're going to see how to use them separately and how to combine them to extract relevant data in Power BI. I'm going to use this table. It's a product table. We have the product key, the product label, product names. This is the main column we're going to work on, and the color name, cost, and unit price. I'm loading it into Power BI. And in Power BI, in the table view, we are going, again, these text functions, they are iterating functions. They work in the row context, and that's why we are working with calculated columns, of course. And in the next video, I'm going to discuss how to use iterating functions in measures, how to use iterating functions in aggregation. This is something very important to know, but most times when you work with iterating functions, you will be working on calculated columns or virtual tables in a measure. We're going to discuss virtual tables in the future, but right now our main tool will be the calculated columns. And I'm going to create a new column. It's obviously going to be a calculated column. And the LEN function is very easy. I'm going to call this new column exercise. And the LEN function, very easy. The argument will be a text. And this text could be a hard-coded string. I could call it whatever. And now the function is going to count the number of characters in the text. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters, and that's the result that we have in the new column. And the same number is repeated in each row. You already know why. We have already discussed that in previous lessons. But what I want now, well, actually, I don't want the same value in each row. I'm going to pass to the function the reference to one of the columns in the table. As you know, we're working in the same table where the results will appear, so I don't need the table reference, only the column reference. And in this case, I will pick the color name column, and now I hit enter, and Power BI will calculate for me the number of characters in each row of the color name column. In this case, black has only 5 characters, and brown has 1, 2, 3, 4, again 5 characters, and silver has 6 characters. Blue has only 4 characters long, and what else? Red is 3 characters long, and that's it. It's as simple as that. Now let's work with the left function. The left function will require two arguments, and the first argument is the text from which you want to extract something. For example, if I use, again, a hard-coded string, let me call it Power BI, and this is going to be, the text is going to be my first argument, and then the second argument will be the number of characters that I want to extract starting from the left. In this case, for example, if I want the first character to the left, it's going to return a P in each row, or if I make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters, it's going to give me the leftmost 5 characters. In this case, it will return me power, and that's it. This second argument is the number of characters that I want to be returned starting to the left. But now, instead of hard-coded string, I want to extract data from the product name column, and this is the product name column, and in this case, I'm going to extract the first 5 characters starting to the left, and Litwa, it's the 5 first characters on this side. Actually, Litware is 7 Litware, I believe it's 7 characters long, and there you go, Litware. That's right. And the right function works precisely the same way, right? It has the same arguments. The only difference is that instead of returning this number of characters from the left, it's going to count right. So it will give me, instead of the first 7 characters, it's going to give me the last 7 characters. In this case, it will be 1, it will be 0. Then the empty, the blank space in the middle will count as a character. So I'm going to have counting backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so it should return me, for this row, it should return me from the 0 on. And that's it. Of course, it will adjust to the context of each row. It will start from the 0 because I'm considering only the first row. But let's take, for example, this row right here. And in this case, if I want, okay, let me click the calculated column again, and I want 7 counting backwards. So for this row right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, it should start from the 0. And yeah, that's right. So you got the idea. And this is a very simple and easy function. And hey, a lot of people learn from my videos, but end up forgetting to like and subscribe to the channel. Hitting that like button, subscribing, and leaving a comment really helps YouTube recommend this content to more people, and it lets me know what's working for you. If you'd like to support this project, consider getting the companion datasets for a symbolic price. It's a great way to follow along with the lessons and reinforce your practical skills at the same time. The links are in the description. And let me know in the comments what topics you'd like to see next. I'm always open to new ideas. Okay, we already know how to extract data from the left and from the right, but what if I want to extract data in the middle? And that's why we have the mid function. And the mid function, that's just what you're thinking. It's going to give us part of the text, to return part of the text extracted from the middle. In this case, the first argument will be the text, will be where I'm going to extract the text from. In this case, again, I'm going to extract it from the product name column. And now instead of one last argument, I will have 2 more arguments. And the first one is the position from which I should start counting. In this case, for example, let me start counting. Say I want to remove only let's take the first row as an example. Of course, it's going to be adjusted to the reality of to the context of each row. But let's take the first one as an example and say I want to return home. So it means I have to start from the 9th position because litware is 7 characters. The white space in between is another character. So I have actually 8 characters before the home word, for the word home. And actually, I'm starting counting from the H. And as I'm starting from the H, so actually H starts from the 9th position. And from the 9th position, how many characters I want to return? Starting from the H, I want 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. And that's it. And it returns me the word home. And of course, it's going to work for these rows right here. But down below, for example, for this row right here, I'm starting from R, which is the 9th position, and I'm returning 4 characters from the 9th. So R, E, F, R. Okay, so it may not make sense why I'm extracting only these 4 first letters, but you got the example. It's just an example, just a simple example. And that's how you extract data from the middle. So this is the text from which you're extracting data. This is the position from which you're going to start counting. And this is the count of the characters that you want to actually extract. And now let's see how we can combine those functions to extract more relevant data. For example, let's say I want to return everything from the product name column except for the brand, the litware brand. I want to remove it. And let's see how I can do it. I can, for example, well, I want to extract everything that is on the right. And we know that here the right function has it will require 2 arguments. And the first argument is the text from which I want to extract the data. And in this case, I'm going to extract from the product name column. This is where I want to extract the data from. And what I want everything that is behind, that comes after the word litware. And of course, after the word litware and the white space in between right here. So actually, I want to remove 1, 2, we saw that litware is seven characters long, and there's a space in between, which makes it 8. So we want everything to the right except for the first 8 characters in each row. But wait, the right function, it requires from me the number of characters that I want at the end of the string. Yeah, I could count it for the first row, for the second row, but I can't count it for each row. And you know, different rows could have a different number of characters. So it doesn't make sense to me insert a hard-coded number here, say 10, because if I count all of the characters here, suppose these characters are 30 characters, I don't know. And okay, it would make sense to me. It would remove the right string from this first row, but this row right here, it has fewer characters. So the 30 at the end wouldn't work for this row. So I have to create an expression here that is going to calculate for me all the number of characters to the right, except for the first 8 characters that I want to remove. So what I'm going to do here, first I'm going to use the length function, which is an abbreviation for length. And I want the length of the entire, each cell and each row of the product name column. So I will extract the length of the product name column, okay? But this length, I have to make it. Let me move it down so I have more space. And now I want to remove from the entire length, I want to remove 8 positions, 8 positions. So I'm counting the total number of characters in each row. And from this number, I'm removing 8, which refers to the first 8 characters that I want to remove. And this will give me the total number of characters that I actually need to the right. So now I have product name as my first argument, which is the text from which I'm going to extract. And this expression, this whole expression, corresponds to the second argument of the function. It calculates the number of characters that I need to the right. And if I hit enter, you'll see that now I have everything that was to the right except for the word litware and of course the white space before the word home. And it worked just fine for every row in my data set. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with your friends, leave a comment below and questions. This will help us reach more people. This is very helpful, and see you in the next lesson.